Welcome everyone to a very special live taping of Our Crib Uncut. Today we are joined by a live audience, which you will get to know a little bit more. But for now, my name is Elle de Lyon, and today I am joined by two amazing artists all the way from Ottawa and Montreal. Shah Frank and Lia Kloud. Okay, y'all, we are gonna get to know them a little bit more, but I wanna let you know why we've decided to make this connection today. Our episode is called French Connections, and that is because we are so fortunate to be funded by the Michael Jean Foundation for this episode. So I wanna give it up to Michael Jean right now. Audience, you can make some noise right now. Yeah. We got a full crowd in here tonight, and through this funding, we want to put a special focus on the Halifax Declaration, which really helps to put highlights on the fact that there are a lot of gaps in services within the Black community, especially amongst artists. And today we're going to try to bring all of that together and really start to understand the voices that truly reflect the Canadian artist landscape, all right? And so when we think about those bridges that we're trying to build right now to cover those gaps, we think about the hubs that are in this country. And I would say that the hubs where creativity is really happening in artistry is Toronto, for sure. Give it up for Toronto if you're from Toronto. Yeah. But then there is also our nation's capital, Ottawa, of course. Come on, give it up for Ottawa right now. And then there is also Montreal, which is one of the largest cities for Black artists in Canada. So today we are gonna find out. Yeah, give it up for Montreal. MTL in the building. All right, so we want to really understand how to thrive in these scenes. And we thought that we should talk to the people who are actually doing the work right now. So I wanna introduce to you Lia Kloud over here. Say hello, Lia, to the people.
Hey, everybody. Hello.
Yeah, you can give it up for Lia. Come on, y'all. Yes. And Miss Shah Frank, come on, give it up all the way from MTL. Yes. So before we get started, sometimes we could read your bio and tell everybody all the great things that they've done, but you should head over to Our Crib Uncut and you can check both of these artists out. That being said, I want to give y'all an opportunity to introduce yourself. What do you want to say about Shah Frank? And then Lia, you could go next.
So my name is Shah Frank. I'm an artist from Montreal, actually a little city next to Montreal that's called Laval. I was made in Haiti, so my parents are Haitian. Yes, ça passe en Bolin. Also, I was born in New York, Brooklyn, and I was raised in Laval, Montreal, same. And I started music at an early age, like all of us, but I took it seriously. 5 years ago, I came out with my first EP called A Stellaria Story, which was in English, at a time where R&B in Quebec was not yet a thing. It's very recent. So actually, R&B was a thing, was a huge thing, and then it went dormant and it came back. And I decided to come out with my EP, which is R&B in English. And last year, I came out with my first album. This is called Aura, but it's in French. So it's French R&B. That's where I'm at today.
We love this. I can't wait to get more into all about like how you decided to, sing in English and then also release in French. Like, I'd really love to know more about that. We're gonna get into that. And Lia, how about you? Lia Kloud, all the way from Ottawa.
Exactly. All right. So as for me, my name is Lia Kloud. I'm from Ottawa. My parents are also Haitian, so
Yes.
my parents are Haitian, but I'm born in Ottawa, but still consider myself Haitian. I've been making music since the age of 17. That's when I went to the studio for the first time in my life. But I really started taking it serious, I'd say at the age of 20. I am still in school. I'm like an artist, but I'm also a scholar at the same time. So it's like I'm just figuring a way to do both and find the balance. Right now, I am a full-time student, but I do consider myself a full-time artist as well. I released an EP last year called Pray for Keeps. It was more so a mixtape, I should say. As for right now, I'm still working on music, still here, and I'm very blessed and thankful to be here today.
Yes. All right. So one thing that I think a lot of us, at least me, I'm very curious to know what the music scene is like. Shah, you already mentioned that there was this renaissance of the R&B music scene. So maybe we'll start here first about how you entered into the scene. What was your first introduction into the Montreal scene, and what does it look like right now, especially for Black artists?
I think so. When I came out with music, there's not a lot of how can I say that?
It's uncut, by the way, so you can say what you need to say. Tell us the real.
I'll say it like that. When I came to Toronto, I realized how much we were missing out on supporting each other as Black artists in Montreal. So the way that you guys work here, I just fell in love with the way that you guys support each other, and you have people who are in higher ranking places who their only goal is to bring up Black artists, on top. And for us in Montreal, it's a little bit harder. And I just felt the love here. And I feel like in Montreal it's starting to slowly, we're starting to catch up. But I also think that there's a whole scene that we need to discover. Because when I came out with my first EP, there wasn't a lot of people doing R&B. I think some of my songs went on the radio, but I was the only R&B, artist that was on the radio at that time. And fast forward 3 years later, the Adisc, which is our equivalent of you guys' Junos, came out with the first category in R&B soul. So now there's an opportunity for artists to really have their music shine in our own city, because before that, a lot of them sadly the first reflex that you would have was to, if I'm not gonna be seen in my own city, then I'm gonna go to Toronto.
Right.
Which I thought was so sad, because there's so many R&B artists in Montreal, and Black artists and BIPOC artists. But I think, there's just a beauty to be discovered, and it's very young. Like you said, it's a renaissance, because before we had like the Corneille, we had like the Nos Déjà, who were like, the kings of R&B. But for some reason, at some point, it went dormant, and now it's coming back to life. And it's beautiful to see like how many actually talented, very talented artists there are in Montreal, and who are bringing like back this genre of music.
I love that, and you're a trailblazer in that. That's amazing. Thank you so much for giving us a little taste. Un petit peu.
Yes,
see?
un petit peu.
Come on, guys. Yeah. No, you said it way better than me. we gonna learn. Actually, maybe you can help me to learn to say my last name, which is De Leon.
De Lyon.
Yeah, see, like that, y'all. That's how you say it.
No, but say it.
Yes.
De Lyon.
De Leon.
De.
We're gonna get that
again. De Lyon.
De Lyon.
Yeah, de Lyon.
De Lyon.
So it means, like a lion.
See, she said it, right? Y'all got that. I don't just call myself that for nothing. They do call me De Lion, because nobody here could say it. Yeah.
De Lyon.
De Lyon.
De
for
Lyon.
the record, okay?
Yes.
All right. So now we go head on to Lia. So Lia Kloud, let us know, what is it like in Ottawa? How did you make your way and make a name? Because you've been making waves in Ottawa. So how did you make that happen?
That's actually a good question. just because like I feel like my journey has been like, I don't know, all over the place. But if I could just bring you guys all back, I'd say, so it really started, like I said, at the age of 17. It all started just one night. I was just with my friends, and we were all just freestyling just for fun. It was one of my friend's birthday, and then they had played the Skrilla beat from Kodak, and then I just started rapping. And it's not even like growing up I was rapping and stuff. It was really just like a random night, and everyone was just like, damn, like you could really freestyle. Like, yo, we need to go to the studio, just as a joke. Like, it really just started off like as a joke kind of thing. And then we actually did end up going to the studio, and then once I went to that studio, it was just like a feeling that I can't really describe. It was just like, it felt like home. I was like, yo, I don't know what this is, but I need to start doing this more. And so that day at the studio, I did record Skrilla, and then I ended up posting it on SoundCloud. And then I posted it on my Twitter. And then I do come from Ottawa, so it is like a small city. And then, I don't know, I just started gaining traction of just locally. And at the time I was 17, I was still in school. It was just so random, but things were like just moving fast in my city, small city. So it's like word of mouth goes by really fast. So from there, I just, like, people caught on. And then I realized, like, okay, wait, maybe I should actually do this for real, because I was getting a lot of like positive feedback. Something that started out as just like a joke ended up being like, yo, you're actually so good. And then I just fell in love with it, fell in love with that feeling, just everything. And then from there, I just kept going. And then in my city, like locally, I just started doing more shows, collabing with more artists, like upcoming. We're all like upcoming still. So like just meeting those people. So people like City Fidelia, I don't know if you guys know about him, probably. Yeah, like he's one of them ones who at the beginning, like he seen me like when I was younger, and he helped me get to where I am right now. He's one of them. And then, yeah, just doing shows. I know I did like Blues Fest, which was like super, super big for me, because again, like the year right before I went into the booth for the first time, I was volunteering at Blues Fest just for like school hours, you know? So when I was able to perform, that was just like a full circle moment. And to me, there's always just like, every time I try to like step back from music, for lack of better words, it's like something just comes back. Like I said, like I'm in school, but it's just like, I don't know, I always get pulled back in. So that's where I'm at, and that's how I started doing music. I feel like it's just destiny. I think,
Right place, right time.
Exactly.
We love it. We love it. And what would you say, like, for the artists, because you mentioned, Shah, that you have been to Toronto, and actually I met you at we actually did an episode with Beat Cave just before this, and yeah, so that's going to be coming out really soon. And I met you at Beat Cave maybe like, I don't know, 2 years ago?
Yeah, because I was a lot in Toronto 2 years ago,
And so you've had an opportunity to really be in both scenes, and also you're traveling around doing shows, so that's amazing. We love it. So I'd love to know what do you think is the biggest misconception that Toronto artists have about Montreal? Like when they hear that you're from Montreal, what kind of things do they think is going on there that you're just like, yeah, it's not like that. It's not like that. Yeah, I see the wheels turning.
I think the first thing people say to me when they know that I'm from Montreal, they'll start trying to speak French to me.
My French? Okay.
Your French.
Yeah,
your
I
French.
did it too. I just proved that I'm from Toronto.
But it's just a fun thing. That's a fun thing. I think, like when I was at BK, there were so many different artists. And always like, and coming back and forth. I think people think that we're not as advanced in music as you guys are. I think you guys are more united. But I also believe that there's as much talent in Montreal than here. I think we just don't. You guys have a way to like, put it up front. You're not afraid to put yourself out there and to speak positively of yourself. And in Montreal, we're more reserved. We're like more humble. If I could say that, which is a good thing in a sense, but also I think it holds our city back in a certain way. But it's changing. I could see it change. I could see like a lot of people like, put themselves out there and people supporting more. So, but I'll say this, one misconception that I was told that I had from your city.
And also what do you think of,
that's easier for me to answer. I would always see you guys as like, oh, you guys are so supportive of each other, it's nice. And talking to an older generation of artists from Toronto, I was told that it's pretty recent. This way of thinking is pretty recent because before you guys were more like crabs in a bucket. You know how like you guys help each other and then when one is about to make it, you just pull them down. And I was like, oh, that's interesting because I felt like in Montreal in a way, we're all in our separate bubbles and I don't think we do that on purpose. I went out with like different artists because I was like, it's not normal that we each stay in our corner and we keep all of our questions. Sometimes you don't know how to do things, but we don't have 10 years in front of us to make the mistakes. And like, how about we get together and we learn from each other, So I started doing that. I started like doing dates with different artists only to realize that we're all like, hesitant to go towards each other. Where I think that in Toronto, that's not the case. You guys, like, there's always like artists collaborating with each other, and I think it's beautiful. So
Yeah, that's I think I would agree that that is more recent, maybe in the last 10 years or so, that a lot of art organizations have been popping up.
Absolutely.
And that has expanded like the open mic scene. So now I think you could
It's
find an open mic like
exciting.
every single day of the week in Toronto, and even starting to bridge out into our suburbs like Scarborough and Ajax and all those places. So I would definitely agree. And I'm curious to know also like what that is. And we do have a live audience here. So I'm throwing that question out to our live audience. Why do you think there's been this resurgence of community building amongst artists? So that's for you all. Your turn's coming up. And Leah, I'd love to know for you in Ottawa, you know, what the scene is like and how you've been able to navigate that, and what misconceptions you have heard about Ottawa, and then what misconceptions maybe you had about Toronto.
A misconception of Ottawa, I feel like that we have, or just something that we hear pretty often is like, I mean, there's a couple. I'd say like Ottawa's boring. Like the music scene is boring. There, we don't. I'll just put it as we don't have a music scene out there. I would say that I would have to object. We actually have a very beautiful growing city. It's just like these last couple years, I feel like finally all of us as artists, we're all coming together as a collective. And I feel like that has helped us a lot. So what I mean by that is like artists are doing shows with like fashion, guys who are into fashion, girls who are into fashion, or like comedy. Like we're all just coming together, and like that we're bringing out different crowds. So like for like a music show, we'll also have like stand-up comedy, and then we'll have like a runway show. And I feel like us being able to do that these last couple of years has helped a lot grow our scene and like shed light on our scene of all the talent that we do have. But to speak about music specifically, like I said, it is growing. It's kind of hard over there because it is a government city. So there's a lot of resources that I find that we do lack. Like when it comes to like industry type of resources, we don't really have that. I feel like it kind of, man, they probably gonna come for me for saying this. Like I feel like after
this could
a
help
moment,
change things, maybe.
I feel like nah, they get it. Like if you're from Ottawa, you get it. But some people are sensitive. But it's like I feel like there's like this cap that you hit in Ottawa, like locally, and once you hit that cap, it's like you're just stagnant. In Ottawa, it's like we just need more, and I just feel like that just comes from not having the right resources, we have people, but it's like a lot of those people with those connects are artists themselves, you know what I mean? So it's like
they also need it.
They need it for themselves, so it's like, you know,
the bucket again.
Exactly. So it's like we're just missing like industry resources in Ottawa that can like bring us to like a different level, like a level like Ottawa. I mean, sorry, a level like Toronto, a level like Montreal. Even like sometimes we could see it very often, like big artists, they'll skip Ottawa, but they'll go to Toronto and they'll go to Montreal. But it's like, damn, like y'all don't even know.
I know,
like
the
there's actually
city,
people
they don't
who will
even
be coming
go.
out to you guys' show if you guys were to come to Ottawa. But like that's just what it's been for a really long time. Hopefully, I mean, it's changing slowly but surely. I feel like we are getting more acts and stuff like that. But again, I feel like every time we're like going, we always end up going back down. Like for example, Blues Fest used to be like this big festival where we used to actually have hip hop acts coming out, rap acts, all that. But as of late, they're really like focusing on, so as of late, it's like less hip hop. You're seeing less hip hop, a lot of less hip hop, less rap on those lineups. Like you're just seeing, you know, blues, rock, country, which is all beautiful, but we're like, what about hip hop? What about rap? You know, that was literally the biggest festival in our city. So for that to be kind of taken away from us was like an L, you know? But it's all about just figuring out a way to come back from that. We do have other festivals, upcoming ones like Cranium Festival. So they're holding it down.
Excuse me.
They're holding it down. It's still growing. We're coming up there. I think this year is going to be the 7th year. And then there's this new festival. It's called YOW, and this is their first year. And like, for example, they're bringing out Northside Benji, which is like, that's big. You know, we don't have things like that. So it's dope to see like we're growing. We're not, we're growing. We're all growing together, and we're finally all coming together as one. We all realize like, yo, we got to come together to be able to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Just because of the lack of resources that we have, like that's all we can have is is each other, kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love what you brought up about hip hop and you, Shah, about like R&B. And we know, like, I'm gonna say it explicitly that these are genres of music where Black people are predominantly, they're most prevalent within those two genres. So for you to say that there's now this focus that you can see the shift away from that, that also is a shift away from us.
Exactly.
You know, like just putting it out there. And that's really what the Halifax Declaration draws upon, like the fact that there are very real evidence that shows the lack of resources that are available for artists that are in the BIPOC communities, even LGBT communities, and any marginalized communities, newcomers, folks who are not Canadian, you know, maybe not seen as Canadian as well, which seems to have some sort of connotation around our country that being Canadian means that you are not BIPOC. And I think that we're trying to change that by all of us coming together. And hip hop actually is the foundation for that, because within hip hop, there's these elements that bring together the visual artists, bring together the DJ, the MCs, all these people, the thought leaders. And when you describe like these festivals and that are coming up that are really being successful, I think that really, like, if we could shed some more light on that, actually it's genres like hip hop that really encourage that kind of community building. I hope that the people out there are listening who have the powers to make things happen, especially in the capital city, y'all. Like, how can we not? Why are we skipping Ottawa? That's crazy. I don't know. That's crazy. So that's part of the reason why we wanted to have y'all here. So I'm really curious to know a little bit more about like your Haitian roots, because both of you are Haitian roots. Yes, maybe born in Canada. I'm Guyanese. I'm similar to you, Lia. Yes, born in Canada, but I never really felt Canadian. And many reasons why, but I'm curious to know, how has your Haitian roots helped you to strengthen your resolve? Because I know that Haitians, they are fighters. Like they have been fighting for years for independence.
1804.
Right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And so I would love to know a little bit about, for you, how that comes into the art that you are working on now and what you hope to put out in the future.
So my Haitian roots, I feel like they translate in a way where it goes to my parents. You know, my parents, they're like extremely Haitian, you know, so I'm like extremely cultured. So what I mean by that is just like it's like they still have the same values and all that from back home kind of thing. Like they're just, although they do have their citizenship, because I know if they're gonna watch this, they're gonna be like, yo, why are you talking like I don't have my citizenship?
Igor, we can edit that out.
They're Canadians, but they do like, I don't know, they're very much by the book, like cultured and all that. So one thing for me, as I was like, my parents are Haitian, but we're also I'm born in a Christian household. So when it comes to music, like for me, it was different. Like it wasn't sweet for me, you know. It wasn't like, Mom, I'm doing music, and then they're like, oh yeah, like you're lit. Like it was like, hell no, like no, there's absolutely none of that music thing going on. So I feel like my Haitian roots show with me just. Although my parents were like, no, I was still like, yes, I'm gonna still do this, like regardless. Whether you like it or not, I'm gonna do it. And I just knew that they just didn't understand. It's not like they were hating. And that's something I was able to understand the more I got older. They're not hating, none of that, but they just genuinely don't understand what I'm doing. They just, for my mom, for example, it's like she's not hearing me say like, hallelujah, amen, every bar. For her, I'm like, it's like, yo, this is the devil stuff. But it's like, if you really listen to I be trying to tell her, like, if you really listen to my lyrics,
I find
like,
it very affirmational, right? Like very empowering.
Exactly, but there's like a language barrier there. So it's so hard, you know? So I feel like my Haitian roots really translate with just like my resilience and being able to, because it's not easy to not have that support from like, you know, your own parents and stuff. Like it's actually really, really hard, but I just feel like that's how my Haitian roots show, just my resiliency, like you mentioned.
And I love how you've transmuted you know, pain into power.
Yeah,
because yes, it
exactly.
could have been painful. Maybe you could have even quit.
Yeah.
But you've decided. And how is it now for you? Like
Like, it's
now that they see that you've gained such success.
like, it's, I mean, still the same, just because, like, it's really just still the same. I feel like they really won't understand until I'm at another level. Like, I'm talking
Right.
like another level where they could see it, they could feel it, and they could be like, okay, I'm good. I don't have to worry about you in the future. It's more of a thing of like, they want to make sure like I'll be good like doing this. Like, are you gonna be good? Are you gonna be able to sustain yourself?
Right.
And also, there's also obviously the aspect of like the industry. They don't know what's in the industry, and I don't blame them. Like, yeah, like,
Have
you
you
know,
seen
like,
the
and
industry?
I'm like, I'm with you on that. Like, I see it, I know it, but I just wish. It's not even I wish anymore. Like, I accepted it. It's more so just with time they're gonna understand. I feel like now it's getting to a place where they're loosening up. Like, again, like, I'm almost done university, so it's like a win is a win. We met each other in the middle, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like they're loosening up, they're breathing a bit better, but it is still it's still a hard thing for them to like wrap their heads around. I feel like, but it's getting better. I'm not gonna like it's not the best, but
Yeah.
it's getting
I
better.
appreciate the tea,
Yeah.
like the real, because
Yeah, it gets
I
like
know there's
that.
some artists that are out there right now.
For sure.
My parents are also Caribbean, and they did not really understand what I was doing. Similar
Exactly.
to you, my mom would also often comment on the earlier like sounds that I was trying to experiment with, and
Yeah.
she's like, "This is so dark. This is so like." And so I will say that I did in my parents' thoughts, especially my mom, it did trickle into the music where even I was like, yeah, maybe I could do something a little more empowering to bridge that gap. At the same time, similar to you, I'm like, regardless if you like it, I'm gonna do this. I'm
Exactly.
doing this because there's no better feeling that I've had similar to you when I walked into the studio and I'm like, what could I do? Like at the beat writing camp, I was like, if this could be my job, like of
Yeah.
writing songs
Yeah.
and just hearing beats all day, sign me up and getting
Seriously.
paid.
Right?
That would be amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, universe, if you're listening, we're all here.
Yes.
We're trying to make this happen.
Literally ASAP.
And what about for you, Shah? Have you had a similar experience with
Yo, I was
your-
listening to you talk, and I'm like, whatever she said, same,
Okay.
same thing. So I
Moi
think,
aussi.
yeah, moi
Yes,
aussi.
you got it.
I know, I'm telling you.
Le français, le français.
Le
La
français, oui,
français,
oui.
c'est français bien.
Oh, yeah, a little
C'est
bit.
bien, c'est bien.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
So I think like you were saying, it's not that they don't want it for you. It's that for me, what I found out is like they're worried
Yeah.
for your future. How are you gonna make it happen? How are you gonna keep on paying for your bills once I'm gone?
Yeah.
That's one of their
Yeah,
worries.
exactly.
So I went when I was in university. I studied in law school. So, you know, for Caribbean parents, you can only
Yeah,
be a lawyer,
And a doctor. I did them all
a
too.
doctor,
I did them
a
all
nurse.
too.
What
Teacher.
else?
Maybe a social
An
worker,
accountant.
A social worker,
teacher.
Yeah,
they're
teacher,
like that.
accountant, whatever
Yeah.
pays the bills.
Yeah.
And so I was finishing my second semester, and I only had one semester to do. And I told my mom, I was like, yeah, this law thing, I don't think I want to do it anymore. She's like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, I want to do music full time. she didn't get mad. She was like, oh, that's cute. I want that paper. I want the diploma. And that was it. That was the end of the conference. And my
Literally.
mom scares me. I love her. She's the sweetest thing, but she is savage. So I was just like, oh, it was cold. It was just, that's it. That's what I'm doing. So next year, you know, I did the thing. I gave her the paper. And after that, I was adamant. I was like, listen, I really feel it inside of myself. I have what it takes to make it in the music industry. I know you guys are worried. Don't, like, give me 2 years. And so I made this bet with them. I was like, you give me 2 years, and if, you know, anything happens and if it's not working, then I'll just go do the bar, call it a day. And I was like, if I'm not making it in music, then I'll be an entertainment lawyer.
Nice.
So that's what I want to do.
Yes.
But then I didn't want to become that person who wakes up at 60 years old and is like, oh, now I'm going to be the artist that I knew I was always going to be, you know?
Yeah,
I don't want to I don't want to have that kind of regret. I've seen it too much. So that's the bet that I had with my parents. And then I went on to do my music thing. with, because it's not just your parents, right?
Yeah,
it's the
exactly.
whole
The family,
Haitian
it's
family,
everybody.
the
Yeah.
cousin,
It's
the
everybody.
auntie that calls you from Boston. How
Yeah.
come you're not in school? Da, 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 da. You know, so it's just like, it's like you feel like the whole world is against you, and it hurts. It hurts
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot because they're your support system.
Exactly.
And if that doesn't work, then and you're like, you just feel like you're alone. So I went on and did my EP, and then they weren't really sure. And when they saw me on TV, so there was this. So we came out with the EP. Everyone was saying no. You're in Quebec. You can't put out music in English. They're not gonna play it. This, that, and the third. You don't have a label. This, that, that. And I was like, you know what? I'm a Scorpio. So when you tell me I can't do something, I take it as an invitation. So I'm like, yeah, I'll prove you wrong. And I went on and released it, and it worked. And everyone. So it didn't work at first. For 2 weeks, everyone was saying no. Every media, everyone was just like, okay, no, pass.
Yeah.
There's just one lady, I'll say her name, Annie Soleil Proto. That's like, for the rest of my career, she just jump-started everything. And we have this show called Salut Bonjour, which is, I guess, the equivalent of like...
Hello, son. What did you say?
No, but you guys have a show, like a morning show.
Yeah, good breakfast television.
Yes. So
yes.
it's the same. It's the equivalent of that. And she played my song and my video, and every media who said no for those 2 weeks called back, and they were like, yeah, that girl, Shah Frank, yeah, we would like to have her on this radio show. We would like to have her in this magazine. So when that started, that's when, that's when my dad, so he didn't tell me directly because, Caribbean dads, they don't talk about their feelings. And my cousin called me. She's like, so you on TV? I'm like, how do you know? She's like, oh, you don't know? Your dad is like talking to everyone. He's so proud. He's so this. And I'm like, but he didn't tell me. He doesn't tell me these things. And that's when I knew, everything was changing. And, we started doing shows and everything. And to have my parents come and see me at my shows, it just, it means a lot. Because it just shows you that if he takes off at work to come to my show, my mom leaves early at work, and like they work really hard and they need their money to pay the bill. So if they cut short to come see at their show, and you see them, and so he was convinced when he saw the people sing my song, and he knew I was like, it was for real. So now
you're really hurt. Really hurt.
It's a hard
sure,
it's a hard way to go, but once they see you doing good and that they feel like you're going to be secure, because they support it for sure.
I'm glad you said your story. That was very, very inspirational. Like, I needed to hear that. You feel me? I feel her.
Right?
It's crazy. It's actually
it's not easy, because it's like you have to prove to them like, this is why you should trust me, all the while looking in their face and having their face say, I'm so disappointed in your choices. You're like, oh my gosh. But keep going.
No, for sure. Thank you.
Yes, and any artists that are out there,
like,
right?
now it's good,
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
I'm a full-time artist. I get paid. I pay my bills with, money that comes from music and comes from acting. And I dabble in everything, because now you can't just do music. You have to. But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's just like the pride in their eyes as well.
Yes, because not to like put you on the spot, but I definitely, I share that feeling. Like, I could sense that this is emotional for you. Like, that means a lot when our parents give us the cosign. Like, it means a lot. And I know that there are artists out there that are going to be watching right now who are thinking about giving up. They're thinking about giving up because the people that they care about the most don't care about what they're doing, or it doesn't seem like it. So I love the perspective that we're getting here, because both of you have said that, and I agree, that it is because they care about us so much that they are trying to protect us from what they think is out there. And they're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. There are things to watch out for. And so I'd love to know from both of you, what are some of the challenges that you have faced in being able to get your music out there, especially as a Black female artist?
Keyword.
Yes.
Female.
Exactly, because in the studios, they are still, the music industry is very male dominated, and I'm sure that many you have run into maybe now what you deem some red flags. And again, for the artists that are watching us right now, I'd love for them to have an understanding of things that they might run into, things that maybe you wish somebody would have told you before you experienced it, and maybe we could help some others not trip over those branches today.
So challenges.
Yeah.
I would say, I would probably say like to like being taken seriously.
Oof.
You know, just really being taken
Especially
seriously.
as a rapper.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. As
Yeah.
a rapper, a black female rapper, you know, and I'm not like the female rapper who's like all about like sex and like sex
Yes.
appeal and like all that stuff. So it's even harder to like really get them to listen, you know,
Right.
because I'm just here to spread a message. So I just feel like being taken seriously is one of the biggest challenges for me. Yeah.
And how did you overcome that? Was it
I think
just
just like confidence. Like I know, like I just confidence. Honestly, like super confident in what I do and what I have to offer. And like to me, it's like, hey, maybe you're not hearing me now, but I know you'll hear me soon. You know what I mean? And that's just confidence.
I love that.
Being
And-
confident in my art and just knowing why I do it. At the end of the day, like.
And why do you do it? Like,
Yeah, I
what's
was
your
about
why?
to say, like,
Yeah.
so my why, a big part of my why, like, I realized when I went in the studio for the first time, like, that feeling just felt therapeutic. Like, mental health isn't something that I was, like, taught about growing up. I'm studying psychology right now.
So I did it too.
Really? Yeah, so right now I'm trying to figure a way to, I'm kind of going to sidetrack a little bit. But
Yeah,
I'm trying
sidetrack.
to find a way to like bridge the mental health gap with the music scene. So like youth mental health, to be to be specific. I work with like vulnerable youth right now, like at a group home. So and like a lot of those kids, they're all into music, they're all into arts, they're all into. So it's just a form of expression. It's therapeutic. So my why is just as a release, and like just I have things to say, and I just feel like one of my purposes is to serve and to help lead. So I do that through my music. So yeah. That's my why.
Yeah, like, can we, because I was just like, what? She just, yeah. Drop mic, drop mic. If you're not hearing her, you will soon. You better know.
Exactly.
Love
Yes.
that.
And what about for you, Shah? Like, what challenges have you faced? Yeah, I'm sure.
I like, honestly, being taken seriously, like you said, is one of the hardest part, especially as being a female, because you'll go up to these producers and be like, hey, I'm a singer. And sometimes they'll look at you, but they're not looking at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like you see how I'm dressed. This is my favorite outfit. Like the bigger the better, you know? And I noticed that, you know, when I go to the studio, I would wear the biggest outfit from my neck all the way down to my toes because I wanted to be taken seriously. I'm like, you're not gonna try to whatever, you know? And for me, that's how I made it happen. Not alone. One thing I can say to people is your networking with like people who, not only people who can open doors, but people who want to see you win is the most important thing, because you can go you can go in the studio with all the different producers, but what's gonna make them move is who's on top of you and who's telling them, hey, this she's next.
Yeah.
She's worth it. So that's when they truly move. Because we all know this producer who's like gonna promise you do this song with him and then you know what?
I know what you're gonna get.
Okay. I don't even need to say it. It's like you're running out, and then 3 months later you're like, can I have my song?
I'm still waiting.
You know? So I think the like one of the part is like to be taken seriously in the way that I project myself, in the way that I carry myself, in the way that I dress, but also in who I surround myself with, and who's rooting for me and who's fighting for me when I can't fight. Because to bounce back on what you were saying, mental health it's very recent that we're talking about it, not only in our community, but like in the artist world.
Yeah.
It's very recent. I know they have like how do you call that, grants?
Yes.
That they give for
Yes.
like, to help you with, and like they give you a certain amount so you could go consult and everything. So I think it's great that we're talking about it now. But I think we don't talk about it enough yet. But yeah, I think I just, that's one thing for me, because the industry is so tough, and in a split second, it can break you.
Yeah.
In a split second, you're not careful enough, especially as a woman. If you're not careful enough, it will break you. So I want to put all the chances on my side. That's how I do it. Just and late night studio sessions. If you have to do them, then bring someone that you trust with you, because the person you meet, during a cocktail or during a industry meeting is not the same person after, I don't know, drinks and other substances. It's like people change, and you don't know these people. Just because you kiki with them doesn't mean that when you're one-on-one. So I my first thing always is like, if I go somewhere and I don't know someone, then I'll always bring someone that I trust with me, because always protect yourself.
I love that. I think those are some gems that I hope, a lot of females are listening out there right now. And even for the males and other genders, that we are being cognizant that this is how people are feeling. And so maybe even checking our own selves when we walk into rooms, like if you know your privilege. So if you know it, please exercise it carefully, because we out here watching y'all, all right? And so now I'm gonna turn it over to the audience, because I know that they are super curious. More questions to Lia Kloud and also Shah Frank. So who wants to ask a question? We have our co-host of Our Crib Uncut, Alliston Davis, out
what's
in
going
the
on?
audience. Yes.
Sure. What's your least favorite part about the artistic creative process? And why?
I have my answer ready. Social media.
Even though I'm running a media company, me too.
Oh my goodness. It's like a love and hate relationship. You have to do it now. It's not, social media, as much as you love doing it, I'm passionate about like how much sometimes you crash out and you're just like, how many edits do I have to do?
Yeah, this video was supposed to take 5 minutes. It is now 5 days later.
Right?
Yeah.
You're 2 hours in, and then when you post it, 3 likes, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to break something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so social media, I think it takes away from the why, why you started, the passion, and it takes away from that.
Yep. As for me, like, I'm not gonna lie, like social media too, but like to be more specific for me, it's like the content creation side of things. Like I be hearing like, you like do TikToks to your songs, do this, do that. And I know like I need to do that, but to me, like that's my least favorite part. And it's like the hardest thing for me to do is really just taking content, like doing it myself, like taking the content on my phone, and then just that for me is really hard. Like I struggle with that a lot. I just wish I could just post a song and then it's good, and then I wish,
Yeah.
But yeah, content creation, so like TikToks, all that.
Yeah, it's interesting that I love that question. Thank you so much to Lexicon in the building. Yes. Another amazing artist who's been able to take it global. And it's interesting that you bring up social media, because we really did start Our Crib Uncut because we know we work with artists, like organizing events for them, open mics, and all these different things. Like all of us have different industry experience, and we realized one of the things that artists don't have is high quality content. And so we decided that we would create a platform where we bring all the fancy cameras and everything, do the interviews, so that when you have, drops coming, because people want to see more about you, right? And would we have had this conversation, like, just talking to the camera, like, my parents did this? Like, probably not. But here, it's more of an open forum. We have the live audience people, like it's an education platform as well as an entertainment. And We really hope that the content that we're creating here can help artists to not have to spend so much time on social media and, be able to take this to another level. So that's one of the reasons. So thank you for that question out there. Do we have another one?
Yes, my name is Mohamed. I'm gonna speak the question in French. Est-ce que dans votre création, quand vous créez de la musique, vous essayez de reach le Toronto en sachant que Toronto essaie de reach les États-Unis, ou vous essayez de toucher la France ou le monde francophone?
Je pense que tu as différents types d'artistes. Tu as les artistes qui... Puis tout est respectable en passant. Tu as les artistes qui font que quand ils écrivent, c'est vraiment, OK, là, j'écris, je fais un hit pour le public de la France. J'écris une chanson pour le public, tu sais. Personnellement, moi, comment j'écris ou que je crée ma musique, c'est que je rentre dans un hub de création. Je me connecte soit à moi-même, to my higher self, des ancêtres. Je me ground à l'intérieur, puis je regarde qu'est-ce que je veux purger pour pouvoir le partager. Parce que si moi, je souffre, puis il y a quelque chose que je dois dire, la souffrance que je ressens, il y a au moins 1 milliard de personnes qui se sentent exactement comme moi, qui ont vécu une expérience qui est similaire à la mienne. Donc, de pouvoir purger ça, premièrement, ça m'aide, moi, à sortir parce que de le garder à l'intérieur de toi, c'est ce qui, selon moi, cause l'apparition de certaines maladies mentales, certains déséquilibres hormonaux, certains maux aussi physiques. Donc, en le sortant, c'est comme une espèce de thérapie, c'est comme un exorcisme, justement, de tes traumas. Donc, je le fais pour ça, à prime abord, en espérant que ça touche aussi les gens qui souffrent aussi d'une peine similaire. Et après ça, si ça... En fait, pour moi, c'est déjà écrit. Si c'est censé fonctionner, ça va fonctionner, ça va trouver son chemin. C'est comme si j'ai pas besoin de faire... Parce que sinon, tu décuples ton énergie. Puis tu te trahis toi-même. Au lieu de mettre tel mot, tu vas mettre un autre mot parce que tu sais que c'est un mot que... Puis ça enlève de ton authenticité artistique. Donc, pour moi, l'important... Puis je parle pour moi, hein, parce qu'il y a des gens qui ont une autre formule, puis ça fonctionne aussi. Mais pour me respecter, moi, dans mon art, j'ai besoin de vraiment partir de qu'est-ce que je ressens à l'intérieur, de l'extérioriser, puis après ça, de laisser faire son travail. Oui, en entourant la team, puis tout ça, mais à un moment donné, il faut que tu lâches prise, puis whatever happens. L'exemple que je vais donner, c'est avec ma chanson Ride or Die. Quand j'ai sorti mon premier EP, j'étais indépendante, hein? Fait que j'avais 400 $ pour faire la promotion. J'avais 400 $, puis that was it. Puis on l'a mis sur des Facebook ads. Puis c'est comme parti viral, mais dans le monde entier. Fait que genre, t'avais des gens qui commentaient sur le vidéo ou même sur Instagram, t'es comme... Oh my God, j'adore cette chanson. Oh, I love this song. Love from Uruguay. Love from Mexico. Tu avais des gens qui faisaient des TikTok, des danses sur la chanson. Mais j'ai mis 400 $ une seule fois, puis c'est tout. Puis j'ai laissé aller. Alors que je peux mettre après ça, genre 2000 $ sur une chanson, puis ça fait que dalle, tu sais. Et je pense vraiment comme le premier focus doit être sur ton authenticité et qu'est-ce que toi tu veux dire. Puis après ça, le reste va faire son chemin.
Right? Oui.
You guys weren't hearing her.
I love it.
She said it all.
I love it. I love it. And actually, I'm so curious to know also for you, Lia Kloud, with French, like, is there any plans for you to ever... Oh. I just assume that your parents, like, are fluent in French.
Yeah.
And so for you growing up, were you encouraged to know French, to learn French?
I know French.
Yeah.
It's just like for me to answer how she just answered proper, I feel like I'd struggle a lot. I went to a French elementary school and a French like a secondary school.
Yeah.
But then I go to Union English now, and it's just like I'm losing my
When you
French.
don't
But like I
use it.
speak French at home all the time. It's
Okay.
just
With your
my
parents?
yeah, il faut.
T'as
But
pas le choix.
Yeah, j'ai pas le
Mais
choix.
ça me
It's
dit
just-
là. C'est comme,
it's
oh
just
my
my
bad.
grammar is not the best, but
But
to
you
answer,
fully understand
yeah,
everything.
I fully understand.
Yeah.
I fully speak it as well.
Would you ever make a song?
I have made a song.
Oh, you did?
But it's like the
I was
thing
trying to
is,
look for it.
no, I didn't release it. It's
Okay.
unreleased, but it's like it's a half English, half French.
Oh, I love it.
It's inspired from like Tizo et Cherise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that type of vibe. I don't know. I don't know if the audience or the camera will know. Tizo.
And Shree's.
Tizo touchdown, je suis pas sûre. Comme on fouette de Montréal? Non? Ok.
Look at you, le français. Keep that.
But,
Beautiful.
Yeah, I do. I love French.
I
like,
love
I don't
it.
have a problem with it.
Oh, that's
I just haven't been able to do a full song
You
in
should
French.
still come to Montreal.
I was gonna
You
say
have to.
something needs to happen
you
over
should show,
here.
like, because
For
they're
sure.
on, like, Shree's is on the same label as me.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I
He's
need to
the
show
s-
you the song.
I don't want to say he's the sweetest guy.
Really?
Yeah, he's the sweetest guy, but like he's tough too, you know.
Yeah.
But
I love his
But
music.
you should so come to.
Okay.
Yo, I think it would
For
benefit
sure,
you. Yeah,
for
because
sure.
if you speak French and in English, it's the perfect method.
Yeah,
Because that's what we do.
exactly.
We take a
Exactly.
song and we just dab French, English.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
So-
can't wait for this. We just
Soon
made
to-
a collab happen right
Shout
here.
out.
Come on, shout out. French Connections, everybody.
Yes,
Telling
yes,
you.
yes.
That's this couch. This is where the magic happens, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have one more question from the audience? All right.
Oh,
we
we
have a
have two
few, but we're
more.
going to take one. Alliston, how you feeling out there?
my
One or
gosh.
two? Two? We'll take the two?
Take the 2. One second.
Okay. These will be our last two questions. Thank you, audience, so much.
What's up, my Haitian queens?
What's up?
So I have a question. So as artists of Haitian descent, how would you like to represent your culture to your artistry? And who's your dream collab, whether it's artist or producer?
Jeez.
Okay. We got a
Interesting.
two-parter.
Yeah.
That's two questions.
C'est deux.
Yes, girl.
Telling y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do Duolingo also. Like, yeah, I do. It works.
I do it for Spanish.
See?
Spanish and Italian.
Yeah, and it has chess now. Okay, back to y'all. I'm telling
So-
you, Duolingo, y'all. Check it out.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yo,
Your
Duolingo.
question.
Yes.
The first half. What was
Tell
the
us
first half
it.
again? Sorry.
So as artists of Haitian descent, how would you like to represent your culture into your artistry?
Into my artistry. I think by just always like making sure I represent Haiti and like shedding light on what's going on in Haiti. So just like putting that into my lyrics, whether it's me just stating, I don't know, subtly stating like free Haiti or just making it known that, you know, Z'd up and all that. So just always shedding light on the fact that I am Haitian, forever Haitian, and yeah. So that's how. And then the other, what's
Who's
the
your
other question?
dream collab, whether producer
Like Haitian or
anyone
anybody?
anyone, producer, artist, anyone you have on your top of your head.
So I have two. One's like mad unrealistic.
No, it's
No,
not.
no,
no, it's
no.
not.
No, it's
not unrealistic.
No, it's
Loin
unrealistic
de ça, c'est mot de ta bouche.
No, they're not.
You just
They're
never
in
know.
jail.
Oh, got you.
They're locked
You just
up
never
right
know. You have
Haven't
to
you
finesse
heard
it.
of all these people who came out with albums from jail?
now.
Oh, that's true. That's
Listen,
true.
listen,
My
I don't
mom
know
told
what-
me the album
I'm not
from the
gonna lie.
phone.
Manifestation.
No order, but I really. It sounds crazy, but Doovie from Toronto. You know Doovie? Yeah, he's actually like my dream collab. Like I rate his music so hard. But on another one, I would say is I would just stick with Doovie, honestly. I like
Nice.
Lauren Hill.
Oh, yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Some good Lauren.
That would be dope.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be nice.
You?
So to bounce back on that, because that's the question I remember right now. Dream collab. You know what's funny? So when I was 12 or 13, I remember we had these soirées called Salon Pepsi Jeunesse, where like your artists would go there perform and you could go and meet them, and after that you had the meet and greet and have like the album
cool.
signing. Yeah. So we have this this group, iconic group, who is one of the pillars of hip hop in Quebec called Mozaïen. Yeah. So I went to one of their concerts at Salon Pepsi Jeunesse and had them sign their album, and I still have it. And so, you know, fast forward, I had the chance to meet Impus, and we became friends. He invited me to sing on his album, and he, fast forward more, he's the one who co-produced or like, how do you say that in English? Realization? Like, à la réal?
Like a like release?
No, but like creative directed. Creative direction of my album.
Right. Yes.
So at the creative direction of my album, he was the one who did help me create Aura, which is my latest album, first album actually, and for the SOCAN, the 100th SOCAN anniversary, they indicted their song La Vie de Sénègue, which is, you know, the anthem of, you know, Haitian, Montreal anthem, Quebec's anthem now, of liberation and, you know, Black joy. And so I was invited to perform J. Kill's verse. I'm not a rapper. That was one of the hardest things I ever did. But to me, that experience was a whole full circle, because when I was small, my dream collab was to collab with them, with Epos, you know, and that happened. And so when you ask that question, I'm like, wait a minute, but that did happen already. So I have a new dream. I think it's like what I'm trying to say is like when you have a dream and then just pay attention to when it does happen. Because sometimes you're always like on like, oh, I want this, I want that. You have goals, but then also take into account like when it does happen, to let it sink in. So I don't know what to answer, because I have a list of names, but really what really meant to me a whole lot was that experience, to be able to like go from watching him on stage when I was a little girl to having the autograph on the album, and now being able to call him a friend and a colleague. So that's, that would be that.
Incredible. I love that.
Yeah.
Great
What was the first
question.
question? The first part of the question? Oh.
I really thought to it, so okay, so as an artist of Haitian descent, how would you like to represent your culture into your artistry?
Oh, easy. In everything that I say, I do, like whether it's like in the beat, we add like, you know, zouk compas, or like, you know, certain instruments to remind it, And then in Montreal, the way that we talk, well, you know, it's French, English, and Creole. Those are like the 3 official languages from Montreal. Everyone speaks Creole. Everyone, you know, knows a little word here and there. So in my music, I always incorporate so people know, even if I speak French, so they know that I'm from Montreal. Yeah.
Love that. Thank you for that question.
All right, we have one
We got
final
one more
question.
Yeah, give it up for the questions right now.
Thank you, guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, beautiful ladies. Hi.
Hello.
Shout out to Leah, my day one. So this question is kind of controversial, because already as Black Canadian artists, we already are stigmatized. It's hard to move up. And last year, we had one of our biggest quote-unquote Black Canadian artists that was demolished by K-Dot. Drizzy Drake, basically. So, as a Black Canadian artist, how is it? Like, how do you feel like it's pressure, or do you feel like you have to come in and destigmatize corny Canadian type of rhetoric? Because already, especially if you're not from Canada, they already assume that most Black Canadians are like Drake, you know? When we got some real hard hitters here that Aubrey cannot compete with. Even though I love Aubrey, I also have to be realistic. There's smaller artists, but that are really hard hitters. But because he's the biggest artist out there, we're already stigmatized already, and it's already hard enough to move on up as it is. So do you guys feel that pressure, or like, how do you go about it? I'm sorry if my question doesn't make too much sense, but that's where I'm coming from, if that makes sense.
I would say, like, to answer that, like, I would say I don't feel pressured. I mean, like, when I think of Drake and stuff, like, I respect him a lot. He did what he had to do, and he's still doing what he has to do. But I don't know, like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from Ottawa or something. I don't even think it's because I'm from Ottawa. But I don't feel pressured by like you mentioned, like the corny stigma.
Corny Canadian, yes, yeah.
Yeah, that stuff, like, no, I don't feel like it affects me, only because I feel like, you know, own path. If it's corny, it's corny. I mean, maybe people think it's corny.
Right.
I'm not sure. I'm
there's
not
a
sure.
lane
Like,
for
maybe
corny.
it is
That's a
corny,
them
maybe
problem.
it's not. But that's a them problem. I'm like Shah just said. But as for me, like, no, I don't feel pressured from how like Americans may view us Canadians and things like that, because at the end of the day, we also have like, I probably look at them a certain way as well. Them being like Americans, so Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you said that.
It's the confidence for me. It's the confidence
Like
for
I
me.
probably do.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, you
Yeah.
know, but I don't feel that pressure. No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say.
I'd say that I totally agree with you. Like, he did what no other Canadian artist did, and whatever he's doing, not a lot can sustain. You know, everyone can reach the top, but to stay consistently there for decades,
Yeah.
that's like, you know. So I think being American.
Oh, true.
That's why when you said, I was like, oh
My
shit.
bad,
All right.
Yeah. She's from BK, baby. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. They do have this view like of, you know, we're lesser than, or we don't, like, you know, when I was visiting my cousin, I would talk to them about 106 and party, like, oh, you guys have that? I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you think I live in the forest or something? But I agree. I think if your shit is dope, it's dope. It doesn't matter where you're from. Sometimes, like, I get comments like, oh, you're from Montreal? We didn't even know. We thought you were from. I'm like, no, I am from here. This is my city, and I think it's the way. The difference is the confidence in your art. That's what makes a difference. Because if not, if you don't believe in it, and you let people seep into your relationship with your art, then cracks are gonna form, and you know you can't make it if you don't believe in yourself, but most importantly in your art. So I don't see it as a challenge. You make it corny when you start doubting yourself. So to me, it's just is a thing about confidence in your art.
Yeah.
Because I will say that for whatever Drake is and what he's not, like whatever folks think about him now, one thing that he has always displayed is this undeniable confidence, like in everything, whatever
He
he was
believes
doing,
in what he
whatever
comes out with.
he was saying, like the braids with the little bubbles, like everything, the little heart, like he would just, he did it all, like
Exactly.
things that people thought were corny, he made it cool.
Exactly.
Because he just went full force into it. So I think if we could learn anything, it's like that's what you need to do.
And I'll add to that, like when I rehearse with my musicians, they tell me, like, when you're performing, if you think what you're doing is corny, then the audience is gonna think it's corny, and that's when it gets weird. And so if you're gonna, like, I don't have rhythm when I dance on stage, okay?
I'm not a choreography girly either.
So my drummer actually told me, he was like, I can't look at you when you're dancing while I'm hitting the drums, because I will lose focus because I have this, and I'm like, okay, but he's like, no, but keep on doing you, because that's part of your branding, and it makes it, I'm free on stage, and it's part of it. If I start thinking, oh wait, but I have to put my foot when like the beat comes down, then I get awkward, and it looks awkward, and it feels awkward, and then the audience is just like, you know. So I feel like, you know, they won't even notice.
Yeah,
and
they're
the ones
really
that
looking
do,
for people to free, like there's a lot of people who are sitting out there, and when they see you do that corny dance, that they're just like, oh my God, and she's doing it, and like that's what I do in my bedroom. Like, okay, I'm cool. Like, you're inspiring people by being your
and that's how it becomes
authentic
a
self.
thing. When you do something corny, you think it's corny, and it blows up on TikTok, and now everyone is doing it.
Thank you.
You know, so
Thank
it's
you.
I think
AKA memes, like come on, like they go viral, and really when you really break it down, like what is this mean?
Right?
Like it's just pure corn, you know? So be corny, be yourself. Do it all.
yourself.
I love that question, by the way. Thank you
great
for bringing
question.
that up.
It's a good one.
Blessings to all of you. Alliston, thank you so much for helping us out there.
Yo.
In audience land.
Great questions.
Yes. And sadly, our time has come to an end for this episode, French Connections. We were joined by the amazing Lia Kloud. Please give it up for Lia Kloud.
Thank you.
All the way
you guys.
from Ottawa. We were also joined by the equally amazing Shah Frank, all the way from Montreal. Yes. And I have been your host, Elle de Lion.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Shout out L.
Like a lion. That's what's up. And we hope to see you next time on Our Crib Uncut. Peace and love.
Thank
you. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah. You were great.
Yeah. I know, I wanted to get in there. Blessings. Love.
Thank you. No, you're good, you're good.
We love it.